Hey there, welcome to Dandoozi. Today I am going back to the world of The Witcher. I recently finished this game. It took me, geez, like
Suppose yesterday that was
160
the day.
hours or so to get through all this content. So minor spoilers here if you haven't played the game, because I am at an end game-ish location. If you played the DLC, or just to give you some context, if we look at the world map, right? So the Blood and Wine DLC takes you to the Duchy of Toussaint, which is all the way down here. It's a really fun DLC, and the game itself, I hadn't played the first Witcher or the second Witcher, so I really enjoyed playing this game. The lore in particular, just all the different creatures you come across, and 160 hours doesn't feel like 160 hours. It's every every time you go into play, it's something new. Every side quest, every main quest is a little adventure. So it was really a great game. It lives up to the hype it gets. But yeah, so we are down in the Duchy of Toussaint, and the reason I'm here is because I want to show everyone what Gwent is in this game. Because I actually recently acquired the Gwent card game, um, uh, outside of the game, which I intend to do a video on. But first, before we do a video on the card game, we're gonna take you to where the inspiration actually came from, and that's from the card game inside Witcher 3. And the reason I'm coming here is because one particular person you can play Gwent against with any of the decks. It'll make more sense when we get into it. But thinking about end game, when you've got, if you're playing the Blood and Wine DLC, once you reach Toussaint and you start doing the quest, then you actually, minor spoilers again, you actually acquire some property as Geralt. Um, and it's this Corvo Bianco vineyard. And it's a nice little piece of land. Toussaint in general is just bright. It's very vibrant. It's really cool to explore. I absolutely loved doing this DLC. Geralt describes it as a fairy tale land at one point, and he's absolutely right. I mean, just some of the quests you do, you'll see if you ever get around to playing it, or if you have played it. It's just a lot of fun adventures. But this is the vineyard that you acquire, and you can upgrade it. I've upgraded the place fully. You can use it to get herbs that you need for alchemy. You can set up a stable, which I have, and little armory, and well, not an armory. It's grinding stone and an armor table. But regardless, getting a little off topic here. The whole reason I'm here is to see this guy inside. And he is my major domo, which is basically like Cogsworth from Beauty and the Beast. Cogsworth is a major domo, so this is the guy that runs the vineyard for me. So man, we've got similar style glasses on. You come across these glasses, by the way. I love them. At an auction at one point in the game, and you have the opportunity to purchase them, and I've wore them with every outfit. They're silly, but I don't know. I've grown to really like them on my version of Geralt, and it's my version also. Sports the goatee with the tied back hair. It's a little different than what you typically see of Geralt, but this is what I've come to know and love of him. But regardless, we're here to play some Gwent, and Gwent I wasn't sure I was going to enjoy it as much as I did. If you're thinking back to like in-game games that you can play, Assassin's Creed had some really fun games. It was a version, I forget what it was, some sort of a almost like checkers game. I think like cowboy checkers, except they're not cowboys. Maybe it wasn't Assassin's Creed. I might be thinking of Red Dead Redemption, which also has great in-game games that you can play. I mean, I sat there and played poker for hours in Red Dead. It's just fun. Once you really learn what you can do inside a game, and Gwent is no different. So as you journey through the story, you collect cards, and you can use those cards in your Gwent decks. And as you play more, you collect better cards, especially when there's special cards that you can find if you go and play a certain, we'll call it a boss. You can go and play this person that's like a major or side character in the story, and you can actually earn a special card, which those are more like, let me find some here. These cards. Obviously, Geralt is a special card. The ones with the black ring around their numbers. The white rings are more of the normal cards. And I recommend, as I was playing through the story and as I collected cards, I would immediately open up my Gwent deck. I would go to the pause menu, open up my Gwent deck, and put my cards into the deck as I played through the story. So whenever you come across like an innkeep or just someone that you can play Gwent with, they'll often, when you win the game, you'll get a card as a prize, and you can immediately go into your deck then and insert your card, or you can let your collection just grow and build, and you don't necessarily have to touch the deck until you're ready. But for me, if I were to leave all of the building aspect of my deck to way down the line, if I didn't get into Gwent early in the game, I can see it would have become really overwhelming if I tried to attempt it, let's say, halfway through the game, because I would have collected a bunch of cards that I didn't necessarily know how they worked because I didn't take the steps as I went along. So it's, I just recommend when you get a card, go and see if you want to put it in any of your decks, and just move on from there. And so your Gwent deck, you have special cards, and you have your normal unit cards. The unit cards, you can put as many as you want into your deck. See, in the Northern Realms deck here, I have 42 cards in the deck, and that's comprised of 34 unit cards and 8 special cards. So special cards are more like the Commander's Horn here, Scorch, Biting Frost, so they all do different special things, but the normal unit cards have numbers on them, and it'll make more sense when I actually show the game here in a minute. But you can only have a certain amount of special cards in your deck, and they'll do different things. And typically, I'm sure there's people out there that would argue that I have way too many cards in my deck. There's different strategies to Gwent, and you can actually scale the difficulty of the card game. I think when you play this Major Domo here, if you're practicing, you can scale the difficulty. But so I played Northern Realms, which is this blue deck here, pretty much the whole way through the game. It's like the first deck you build, but I don't know, I got a good strategy, and I was not losing with it, and I stuck with it, and I enjoyed it. You also, with every deck, and I'm going to show you the other ones here in a second, you have leaders that you can use, and they have special abilities. So the leader that I apply is typically doubles the strength of all your siege unit. So you play the card like you would a commander's horn, which doubles the strength of your units. So there's the leaders they just have different abilities, like destroy your enemy's strongest siege unit, destroy your enemy's strongest range combat. So every leader has a different strength and a different strategy to them. Sometimes, occasionally when you're playing, you'll know what your opponent is going to use, what deck they're using, and you can build a strategy to counter what they're using. Like, for instance, we'll go to monsters. Monsters has a lot of up close fighting in the deck typically. So when you play against a monsters deck, they're gonna play a lot of cards that are right up in the front lines. That's the sword cards, right? So it's good to have, if you're playing against monsters and you're going to play against monsters, it's good to have a couple Biting Frost cards, which basically it reduces the unit number to 1. And you'll see it in action. I'm going to play quite a few rounds here in just a little bit. But so there's 5 different factions. Like I said, Northern Realms is the one I play typically. Squiateal is another one. They like range combat. Archery is typical, and you'll see in all these decks I've built, there's cards that are consistent, like Geralt and Ciri, and Triss and Yennefer and Dandelion, Mysterious Elf, because those are cards that can be applied to any deck, and they're good cards, so I wanted them in all of my decks. And you'll see, I'll explain as we go the different abilities of each. Then we have the Skellige. These are like the Vikings in the game, and this is the newest deck. So the base game has 4 decks, and then with the Blood and Wine Pack DLC, they released the Skellige deck, and this Skellige deck is actually in the physical card game as well, which I'm excited to look at. So this is the newest deck that's been added to the game. Again, the game's been out for a while now, but this is the most recent addition here. I do like the purple color. I think it looks cool. The monsters, I already showed you those. And then Nilfgaard. Nilfgaard kind of relies on spies more than anything. They have some heavy hitters, big siege weapons, big archery, but you'll see the spies. I love using spies, and you'll see why they're so useful when I start playing too. I'll demonstrate that, but yeah, Nilfgaard relies heavily on spy usage and the heavy hitters. You face Nilfgaard probably the most in the game when you're talking Gwent. Alright, and to show you the different leaders, so we have Emir, the leader of Nilfgaard. Northern Realms, I showed you, Squiateal, Francesca, and then Skellige, King Bran. This one only has 2 rather than 5 like the others. The monsters, of course we have Eridan from the Wild Hunt. Alright, so let's actually get into some gameplay just so you can see how this actually
Sir,
works.
we received a shipment of wine from the Bellegarde vineyard, I believe, with kind regards from Madame Mathilde and Monsieur Liam. I had the barrels unloaded and stored in the cellar to the right of the entrance.
Thanks. Take a look when I have a moment.
Splendid. I was told to expect a subsequent delivery 5 days hence.
Up for a few rounds of Gwent, BB?
Oh, with great pleasure, sir. Ready?
May the best man win.
Do you wish to play against any particular faction, sir?
Okay, so I'm gonna play Northern Realms for all of these games. So I'm gonna have him play as these four. I'm gonna face all of them.
Yeah, you be Nilfgaard.
As you wish. Would you prefer I use my strongest deck or a weaker one?
We're gonna do middle of the road.
Maybe a moderately strong deck? That should be fair.
At your service, sir. Well then, let us play.
All right, I'm going to keep my decks as they are. Like I said, I pretty much like how this one is built and how it works in a game. So I'm gonna keep my deck. So you start with the coin flip. Okay, so now this is your redraw opportunity. So you get to choose 2 cards that you want to redraw. It's a tough choice sometimes, and sometimes you don't want to redraw. In this case, I luckily pulled some really strong cards right off the bat. Got some siege weapons, but I see opportunity here. So this Blue Stripes Commando, he's only 4 units, so he's not gonna do me a whole lot of good. But where he's strong is when he has a companion. That's what the handshake icon means. So when there's 2 Blue Stripes Commandos in play, then it doubles the score for the commando. So 4 would become 8 if you had 2, and if you had 3, it's even more. So in this case, I only have 1 here, so I'm gonna redraw him, and I got a Roach card. So I'm actually gonna redraw this Roach card as well, because Geralt and Ciri, both when you play them, you see the icon there with the two knight faces. That indicates that they can pull another card into the game from your deck. So both Geralt and Ciri, sorry, I always have a hard time saying Geralt. Geralt and Ciri, when you play them, they pull the Roach card from the deck. So it really doesn't make sense to have Roach here right off the bat. You want to have him in your deck because you can pull him. So, and he's a low unit card. Oh, excuse me, she. I found out Roach is a girl. So she will be in your deck, and I'll be able to pull her. And there we go. You grab another card. And I got a spy, which is excellent. So a strategy I like to play, I really like playing spies right off the bat. I like winning the first round, if possible. Sometimes it's better to give up a round, but when I play this spy, I'm gonna play it on the enemy's side, and he's gonna get 5 points added to his total. But the benefit to me is going to be that I'm going to get 2 cards drawn. So here we go, play the spy, and then I get 2 more cards. So I pulled another special card. Actually, I pulled 2 special cards. So I have a really strong hand going for me right now, and I didn't see, I was paying attention to my deck. Let's see. So look at 3 random cards from your opponent's hand. So that's what the enemy just did. So he just looked at my hand. So he knows 3 of my cards. That ability, I don't know. It's okay. I like to actually help with the gameplay aspect. But his leader card is essentially used. He's got no more use for it. Now the next card I'm gonna play, just because I do kind of want to set myself up for the next round, and I kind of want to watch to see what he's going to do. I'm going to play this cow card, which is an interesting card. Moo. So when this card is removed, it summons a powerful new card to take its place. So it's going to become important in the next round, or if it was removed during this round as well, but we'll see it in action. And there you go. So Nilfgaard doing Nilfgaard things, putting a spy on my side now, so you just got 2 more cards. I like to play this card pretty quickly. This is another one that will draw other cards from your deck. So watch, it's going to pull 2 other cards to it. There we go. So that's essentially 8 unit count rather than the 4. Okay, so what he did right there, I really like decoys too. I think I have a couple in my deck. Decoys are very, very useful. Don't underestimate a decoy, because he just pulled my spy off the field. He's going to play it now. So he can use my spy. So it's a very, very useful card. The special unit cards. Here, I'll play one here. These special cards, they lock in. So they can't be affected, they can't be removed by the battlefield. So he just played my spy card, and he gets 2 more cards. But the special unit cards cannot be removed. So they're very beneficial to have. And if there's any weather on the battlefield, they aren't affected by the effects of the bad weather. So they're super useful to have. I'm going back and forth with myself right now. I'm considering passing to the next round because he has so many cards in his hand and he's kind of just watching me. So I think I'm going to let this one fly. I feel confident enough with the next couple rounds that I can pull wins out of my hat if I need to. So I'm going to pass this round. You need to win 2 of 3 rounds. And let's see if he... Okay, so he forfeited the round. And see, my cow just became the... What is it? A bovine defense force. Okay, so... And my Northguard... Northguard? That's not a thing. My Northern Realms ability just triggered. So every once in a while, whatever deck's ability will trigger for Northern Realms, it draws a card for you. So I got a spy card. For Nilfgaard, it's kind of a unique ability. So if there's a tie in a round, the tie will always go to Nilfgaard. So a strategy that I learned, you know, depending on what deck you play, you don't want it to... In some instances, you can just pass on the second round if you've won the first round and let your opponent essentially burn a card. But in the case of Nilfgaard, you don't want to do that because if you don't play a card and they pass, then they're going to win because you both have 0. They're going to win on the tie. So they don't have to burn a card. So it's... If you're playing Nilfgaard, you do want to try to win the second round rather than let it go. And in general, if I've already won the first round, I like to push pretty hard on the second round just to get my next win out of the way and the game's over. But in some cases, you know, it has to go to the third round, depending on how well my enemy's cards are falling. So we'll see how this one goes. And then using my ability too is timing as well. Okay, so I'm actually going to play this card, and you see the heart icon there. When I play her, she's got the medic ability, so I'm able to pull cards that have been discarded from my side. So I can go and grab this spy now, which is 4 points, and give myself 2 more cards. Okay, so now I've got Biting Frost and a Scorch card that I just drew. Biting Frost is going to affect me and them. It'll make all these cards on the front line 1. So I don't know that I want to do that just yet, because I do have a card out there. The Scorch card will take out the highest unit card. So if I were to play this right now, and not counting the special unit cards, those can't be removed. But if I were to play the Scorch card, it would actually remove my card from the field because 8 is the highest. So I am going to... I think I'm actually going to play... I'm gonna work towards my siege units in the back. So siege, ranged, and then the close combat. See, okay, so now Nilfgaard just played a 10 card. That's pretty significant. So I am gonna go ahead and play my Scorch, and I'm gonna burn that card because I don't want it on the field. You see the units tallying on the left side there. And sometimes, see, if I would have waited 1 round to play that Scorch card, and he just played another 10, I could have burned 2 of his cards. I would have gotten both of those 10s in there. So sometimes it pays to wait and see before jumping on a Scorch. So if I would have waited 1 round, I would have gotten more out of my Scorch card. That's alright, we'll be fine. And you have to be careful too. I like to typically play my low cards first. And I say that, but I didn't do it that time. Typically, I would have played my 6 cards before my 8 because of that Scorch card. So if the enemy draws a Scorch ability, then they would have a good chance of knocking you out if you've already played your high cards. But if you let... See, he's got 2 10s up there, then he wouldn't play the Scorch card if he had it because he has the higher card. Okay, so now where are we sitting here? So I have 7 cards, he has 6, so my deck count is higher, so I'm in a good position and I have a lot of good cards. I think it's gonna pay to keep just charging forward. I don't think they are going to win in this case. I feel pretty confident. When I played this card here, see, he just played 2 of the handshake cards, and now he has 2 4s instead of 2s. When I played this one gives 1 extra unit to everyone else in line. So if I had a lot of units in this front line, every unit in there would have gotten 1 additional point added. So let's see. So I'm sitting on 15 units in the front. He's got 16. So I probably won't play my Biting Frost just yet. And I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna hold off using my leader ability. I'm gonna wait because I don't want him to use a Scorch card on me. Because if I double the strength of that siege unit, it's going to be a 16, and that's now going to be the highest card on the field, and I don't want him to burn that. So I'm going to play a safe choice, which is a card that cannot be removed. Commander's Horns. Commander's Horn doubles your point total. So now that he's got a 20 up there, it's actually pretty safe for me to go ahead and use my leader ability, because 16 is not going to be the highest anymore. His 20 is. So if he used a Scorch card, he's gonna burn himself. And I am getting a little more nervous, but I still have a round and more cards than he does, and a couple 15s, which are really gonna help. So I'm still sitting pretty good here. But if he has spy cards, that could be dangerous. Not much there. Now watch, we're gonna pull Roach. That's the Roach card that I discarded earlier, so I've still had it in my deck. It was just elsewhere. Okay, see, now he's played 3, and it's gonna up that point total to 6 per card. And I'm gonna play Siri because I'm pretty confident in this. I think I've got him. Yep, and I do. So I'm gonna win because I have more points. I've won 2 rounds. Sometimes it's fun if you have a lot of extra cards, you know you're gonna win just to see how many points you can get. In this case, I have used all my cards. We're just gonna pass and claim a victory.
Congratulate you on your victory. Shall we continue playing?
May the best man win.
Do you wish to play against any particular faction, sir?
Alright, let's do Squayatil.
Scoia'tael. Sound all right?
As you wish. Would you prefer I use my strongest deck or a weaker one?
Let's do middle of the road again. We'll stay consistent.
Maybe a moderately strong deck? That should be fair.
At your service, sir. Well then, let us play.
I'm gonna, for consistency's sake, I'm gonna stick with the same deck all the way through. Okay, I got a decoy. That's very useful. Another Scorch card, a couple spies, Dandelion special. You'll see why when we get to him. As far as if I'm going to redraw, I might actually consider redrawing Dandelion. I think I'm going to do that. So Dandelion, he acts as a commander's horn. When you play him, he doubles the strength of your units next to him. So the only card he would have an effect on is Vesemir. So I could double him to 12, which is a lot. But I think I could potentially get something better. So we're going to see. And that was not better. So I got another Blue Stripes Commando. I'm going to redraw him again. And I got a siege unit, so that'll be useful for my leader ability. And speak of Dandelion, there he is. Now, okay, no, I'll be fine. The spy cards are okay to use. First of all, because he is a siege, so he's not going to go on the front, he's going to go in the back. So he won't be doubled. Secondly, he's only worth 1 unit. The dwarves are gonna pull, yep, all the other dwarves. Now, see, this might be a good time to use a Scorch card, and maybe I'll do it just to show an example here. Because I could take out 18 points. Yeah, it's probably a good time to use it. So I'm burning all 3 of his dwarf cards that he just played. And he passes. So now that he's passed, he's only got 3 points. If I had something on my field that I wanted to get back, I could use my decoy. In this case, I'm going to use my spy just to get a couple cards for the next round. I'm not going to use... And I'm not going to use this spy just yet because I don't want to have to fight, because if I put it up there, it's going to be 7 points to him. So I need to beat him with at least a 6. And there's a reason I'm not using that 5. And I'll explain that when we get to it. But I'm going to beat him with this 6. And I believe let's see. Okay, so this leader ability, you draw an extra card at the beginning of the battle. So their leader ability has already been used. I don't really need to worry about that. And the Squayatil, I believe their general ability is just that they get to go first. There's no coin flip. All right, I'm gonna, like I said, start with my spy card, and I pulled a roach, so not really useful. But I also got a special card. Okay, so what do we have in our discard? We have Vesemir and a Scorch. For now, I'm gonna play one of these just to give myself some solid points. I'm gonna tie Yeah. Actually, in this case, that was maybe kind of dumb of me. I potentially should have let this round go, so that he would have had to burn a card. But I'm in it now. I've played a card. That was my mistake because I already won the first round. I could have let this one go, make them burn some cards, but that's okay. So this is where the decoy is really useful. I'm going to use the decoy to take this spy. And now I can use that spy on my turn. So I love the decoys. I think they're super handy to have. All right, and that was a good draw for me. And the reason being is I'm gonna play this Biting Frost card, which is gonna drop their score to 2. It's 2 because he has that Commander's Horn there, so it's still doubled. But now we've got 2 weather effects going. The only way to clear your weather effects is with a clear weather card. And the cool thing, as you see, Roach is not affected by the weather, so the special cards are not affected. Now, my next move, I'm gonna pull this one out again, and he's gonna draw multiple cards from my deck. I don't, with these kind of cards that pull from the deck, I typically don't like to see 2 of them down here in my hand, because when I play that card, it's going to pull it from my card count. So essentially when you have one of those, you're using 2 cards on one turn, and I don't like that. I like grabbing them from my deck rather than from my hand. Okay, so we're sitting really good here. I've got 10 cards, they have 5. We're looking good. I'm gonna play another quote unquote safe card. I'm gonna stay away from my siege weapons right now. I'm gonna save those if I need them for the last round, because the rain is hitting and that will affect my siege cards. Okay, we're still sitting really good. Okay, so I'll go ahead and I'll play Siri this round. This was a good example of what I was talking about. So I have Siri and Roach in my hand right now. So when you look at that number, I have 9 cards, right? But when I play Siri, it's almost like I have 7 cards because I'm using 2 on a turn. And you want to outlast your opponent. It's really good to have more cards in your hand than them, which is why the spy cards are so useful. So when I play Siri, and this might not be the greatest move because Roach is going to be affected by the ice, but he's only a 3-point. She is only a 3-point card, so I'm okay with it. Oh, that's a good card, but not useful against. Okay, so that card it kind of works like a scorch. So when your enemy, if I had in total 10 units up here, then it's gonna scorch the highest unit in the close combat space. But because these are special cards, they can't be removed. So I do have 10 units on the field in the close combat, but the highest card that it could take was Roach, so it only grabbed essentially a 1-point card. So that's a really strong card. I have it in this deck. I like using it a lot, but in this case it wasn't super beneficial to them. Again, I'm gonna hold off on the siege weapons. I'm saving that just in case, but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna need him at this point. I've got him beat. He's playing cards. He's trying to just survive at this point. So here's another medic. Why not? I'll throw Vesemir. It really doesn't matter. if I had a spy in there, I would like to grab a spy or something else that's useful. But this is what I was talking about. I know I've won. I've got him beat. You can just have a heyday. Although this isn't going to be much as far as points, but you can play all your cards, play your leader ability, see how many points you can rack up. Why not? And I win the round. I feel like Nilfgaard is typically harder than Squire. I never really had an issue with Squire.
Congratulate you on your victory. Shall we continue?
May the best man win.
Do you wish to play against any particular faction, sir?
Alright, let's do
I'm
monsters.
a witcher, so monsters.
As you wish. Would you prefer I use my strongest deck or a weaker one?
Maybe a moderately strong deck? That should be fair.
At your service, sir. Well then, let us play.
Alright, same deck. Okay, got a decoy again. I like to see that. 2 clear weathers. I'll probably get rid of one of those. Okay, this is not a great draw. This is actually pretty bad. So we'll see if we can turn this around. He will draw both of these cards. So it's really bad that I have all 3 of these in my hand right now. That's really bad. And 2 clear weathers. It's not going to be super helpful to me. I'll hang on to the fog card, I guess. Also, probably not useful against the monsters, but we'll see what we can make of this. I might be losing this one. I am going to get rid of one of the clear weathers. Grab a siege, and I'm going to get rid of one of these guys. I really need my spies to come through for me in this round, because this is not good right off the bat. Okay, he's pulling mine. It's funny, sometimes you'll just go back and forth with decoys. That's probably what's going to happen here. He's going to play a decoy. Okay, that was a good draw. There you go. I'm going to play my decoy. I'm going to grab that spy. Now I want to see what the monster, what his ability is. So double the strength of all your close combat units. So the monsters, they love to play close combat, so it's really good to have Biting Frost. That's why the fog is not as good. Okay, he passed, so he kind of wasted his turn there. I'm considering using a spy. No, I should probably hang on to that. No, you know what? We are going to do it. Because I don't have anything else. I don't want to play the Gaunter card. Give myself 2 extra cards. Oh, and I got that dragon card. Okay, I think I can turn this game around. I think I'm going to pull it out of my butt here. This is good. Alright. I need 6 points just to get over the threshold. There we go, and I have the round. Okay, so with the monsters, they leave a card on the field. That's their ability. So it's also not good to pass on the second round against monsters, because they're always going to have a card on the field. So you don't want to let this second round go. In the case of the Squire Teal earlier, I maybe would have let the round go, but in this case, you do want to play against them, and I'm going to come out with Gaunter O'Dam, and he's going to pull all 3 of those guys. It's interesting that card doesn't get pulled when you play the monsters, these 3. I don't know why he doesn't come out, but... Okay, so... This is a dangerous situation for me, because... First of all, I can't Scorch, because I have this 8 card out here. Secondly, I know that leader ability is doubling the strength of all of his close combat units, and I think that's what he's going to end up doing. But I do see another avenue I can take, and I think I'm going to give that one a shot. I'm going to do the close combat Scorch with this dragon guy, and it's going to knock out just him. So it's a different kind of Scorch. That one only affects your enemies. Okay, he's still has the opportunity to double his strength. So I'm a little nervous about that. I think I'm gonna keep going for now. I'll see how this plays out. I'll double the strength of them. And see, there's that Scorch. So that's not good. But I think it's going to be worth doing this now. So I'm going to play my medic. And oh, I did not consider that. I honestly thought it was going to be that beast card again, but it's the cow. So mistake on my end. So now I have a decision here. Do I put the cow back on the field for the third round? Or do I set myself up with essentially a 12 on my siege unit if I double it? I think that's the better play right now. I am getting a little bit nervous. I'm tempted to pass, but I'm in so deep now. I got all my siege units out there, I think. Let's double them. Use my leader ability. And that is not good. But I have a clear weather card to combat that. But that said, I don't like to use clear weathers right away. I like to hang on to them until the very last moment, because especially if you're playing a real person, you wouldn't, you think you got them beat with the weather, but you pull the clear weather out, and that helps you significantly. So in this case, I'm going to play Vesemir because I've got that double. I think I've got this. I'm starting to feel confident with this one too. Playing the siege in the back. Again, this is more like 12 points. So 12, 12, 10, 4. So I've got a lot of points in the backfield once I play that clear weather. So I think I'm sitting really good right now. There's no point to playing the fog because that will hit the middle branch and it won't have an effect on him. It'll only hurt me. So I'm going to play Ciri. I'm going to double roach to 6 points. See, but he's going to double. At some point, he's going to double. Yep, there it goes. So now he's sitting on 63, and I'm still ahead. I'm still feeling good. So I'm going to power through. Essentially, I've given up all my points cards for the last round, so I'm all in on this round. But the thing, see now if I clear the weather, I'm going to help him. But the thing with Northern Realms is I always have the chance of pulling one more card in the last round, and sometimes one more card is all you really need. So I don't really have another play here except for playing the clear weather, so now's the time I'm going to use it. And I've got a significant lead still, so hopefully that holds. I feel pretty good. I think I'm sitting good on this one. And there you go. So I turned a losing hand at the beginning into actually a really good winning hand there, and most of that was because of the spies and the cow. Give credit to the cow. Gotta love him. Moo. All right, we've got one more faction to play.
Do
And
you
then
wish to play
Skellige.
against any particular faction, sir?
Skellige seems most appropriate for you.
As you wish. Would you prefer I use my strongest deck or a weaker one?
Maybe a moderately strong deck? That should be fair.
At your service, sir. Well then, let us play.
All right. So I don't recall what. Draw a card from your deck. Okay. What is the Skellige ability? 2 random cards from the graveyard are placed on the battlefield at the start of the 3rd round. So, I mean, Skellige, you don't want that to happen. 2 random cards from the graveyard placed on the battlefield from the. So it could. I'm pretty sure that only would count for the Skellige side. So you probably don't want it to go to the 3rd round. Alright, a decoy. I like that. This Commander Stripe, Blue Stripes Commando is not working for me. These two are going to work together. They're going to be 16 points when I play them hand in hand. I don't have any special cards. Not great. Clear Weather. I think I am going to redraw one of my 6s here. And because I have the Fog, I'm going to redraw Death Mold, because if I play the Fog, then I won't have an effect on him. But, I mean, I pulled a card that is also ranged. But this is actually a more valuable card, so that's useful. I don't have any spies this time, which I don't like to see, or special cards, so this was not a great draw either. So we're going to start with the Gonturo Dim. Let's see where this goes. I did want to look at their leader ability. Shuffles all cards from each player's graveyard back into their decks. Okay, so that could really hurt you if you have medic cards, because then essentially you can't use your medics because they pulled them out of your graveyard. Okay, so I'll go Vesemir. Let's see what they do. I'm not feeling great with this right now. That was a waste. I don't know why they did that. That was silly. Because you want to use that card, you want to burn something when you use that. I'm not feeling great with this one. We're gonna play a siege. Let's see what they do. I don't think Skellige has a lot of spy cards, so my decoy might not be super useful in this scenario. Okay. We're about even right now, so I'll go one more. That might be pushing it. I maybe should have passed that round. See, but he's under my score right now, which tells me that he played a card, which tells me that he's gonna keep burning cards, and I can now. So because his front line totals over 10, totals 11, I can burn him, which is the proper use of that card, which is what he should have done. That card that I just used, the dragon, I like to use the decoy on that one occasionally as well, because I like to pull it back. And if you pull it back, you can scorch again, like they just did to me, right? Except they used a medic to do it, so that was a good play. Bravo to that. All right, so we're 5 and 5. I'm under right now. I've only got 2 cards left. I'm not feeling great with this one. I'm going to use my decoy. I don't like doing this, but I think I'm going to need more of a cushion. So we're going to pull this one back and hope that I draw a card next round. We'll see. I could have also doubled my points with my leader, but I've got a bad feeling. I got a bad gut feeling with this one. So let's see if I can turn it around here. And that was maybe a mistake. Maybe I should have used my leader ability. Okay. So this actually worked out well for me. I'm happy with this outcome because I don't need to split these 2 cards between rounds. And I still am able to keep my leader ability because he's burning the round. So I'm happy with this because I'm going to take the win with 6. So the decoy worked out in that case. Except now he's going to get to pull 2 from his graveyard. And I've got a cow, which does not help me on the last round. So not super thrilled about that. But, you know what, the good thing about the cow is it's a burn. I can use it to buffer my rounds here and let him play out his cards. And in this case, it would be good to use impenetrable fog because I don't have any cards that are going to go there. So I've still got a good chance here. If he scorches me, that's going to be a real issue. But I don't think he is, because he just played his leader ability. I don't think that was... I think he's biding time. 16, now I just got to cross my fingers. If he scorches me, I'm done. Yep, there it is. I'm toast. Okay, so I'm going to lose this round. Dang. Well, I tried. You know, maybe I could have baited him to scorch my cow, but I don't think there was any way I could have done that. So, da-da-da-da. All right, good game. Skellige, the new faction, beat my Northern Realms deck. In my defense, I did not have a good start to that round. But that
in a rematch, sir?
is essentially
Maybe later.
Gwent.
Got something I need to do right now.
As you wish, sir.
Gwent
Thanks.
is
Gotta
a
get
lot
back
of
to my
strategy.
business now.
As you can see, there's a lot to it. I'm interested to see how this is going to translate to the actual physical card game. And yeah, it'll be really interesting to play. But I really fell in love with Gwent. Everyone I found that I could play, I played them. I mean, I got addicted to it. I think Geralt did too. He's playing everyone. So it's a lot of fun when you get into it and you learn the ins and outs. Obviously, you're gonna lose sometimes, just like I just did. And I was playing the middle of the road deck, so you can scale them up harder if you need to. As far as I'm aware, the Major Domo is the only place where you can select who you're playing against and at what level like that. And again, this is going to be in Toussaint at your vineyard, and this is the Corvo Bianco vineyard. And it's kind of in the middle of the map. But I hope you enjoyed watching me play some Gwent, winning lots and losing one, but that's all right. It was a good match, and thanks for learning Gwent with me.